I'm channeling my inner hippie. Have you figured out which book we're reviewing? Daisy Jones and the Six. In doing our research, we wanted to know what inspired the author, Taylor Jenkins Reid, to write Daisy Jones and the Six, because it's so lifelike, it's so real. So what inspired her? Well, back in the 90s, the author saw a video of Fleetwood Mac performing Silver Springs. It was a live performance. And she noticed this look between Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. It was a gaze, and there was something that was just between them. And it was that look, that moment, that she captured and that she turned into Daisy Jones and the Six. I watched that video, and I can see why it was inspiring. Whether you like Fleetwood Mac or not, if you see this video, you cannot deny that there was some serious heat between Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. Isn't that true for Billy and for Daisy in the book? It burned between them. They were love and hate. They were push and pull. They were oil and water, yet they were moth to the flame. I was so drawn to Daisy because she brought out a bit of my wild side, my inner wild hippie side. She was the coolest person in the room. And how she just let criticism bounce off her, it even fueled her to be even more, to bring her A game even more. However, I was also drawn to Camilla for her nurturing and her loving demeanor. She was so calm. She balanced Billy. When they were together, she settled him. But also Camilla, she encouraged those that were around her. She wanted everybody to be their best. This book really took me by surprise. And so I bought this book, and I actually had it a whole year before I picked it up and read it. Once I did, I couldn't put it down. And while I was reading it, I thought about all the young, struggling bands that never make it, and those that do. The hardships faced, the opportunities presented, good and bad, the determination, the creativity that can't stop. I thought about the ending, and I thought I had it figured out. No spoiler here. If you're looking for a poolside or a beach week read, Daisy Jones is the book. If you're wanting something that's going to bring out your shorty shorts, no bra wearing rock star self, Daisy Jones should already be in your hands. Taylor Jenkins Reid can write. It's pretty impressive when an author can change up her entire writing style seamlessly and still leave her readers wanting more. Pair this with a fine glass of Lorimar Winery Malbec and step out of the dull and mundane and find your inner legend. Thanks.
Welcome back to Stories from the Vines. Let's jump in with our very first book and wine pairing. So I paired Daisy Jones and the Six with Lorimar Vineyards Malbec. To explain why we chose this wine, we first need to understand the grape. So Malbec grapes are small, they're deep in color with a very thick skin. They actually look more like a blueberry than a grape, but they produce a wine that is very rich and very fruit forward. So in keeping with the grapes, they're very finicky, they're very fussy, and they're very hard to grow. So as a result, they are grown in smaller quantities than a wine like a Merlot. So Malbec has a higher alcohol content than many other reds, and it may contain up to 15% alcohol by volume. So let's think about what we learned from Melinda, what we just learned about the Malbec grape, and how it all ties back to Daisy Jones. So Daisy proved to have a very, very thick skin. She didn't care what anyone thought about her. She did whatever she wanted to do. She was fussy and she was finicky. She wanted to produce the songs that she wrote, and she was very hard to manage. She was always showing up late, and when she did show up, she was drunk. And remember, Malbec has a very high alcohol content. Daisy is definitely a Malbec. So why did we pair this book with the Lorimar Vineyards Malbec? Well, we needed a wine that would pair beautifully with a book that's all about rock and roll. So Lorimar Winery is a Tuscan-style winery in the heart of Temecula Valley. They boast that their winery has a distinct personality which is built around the perfect combination of wine and music. Even the label has a music note on it. So looking further into Lorimar Winery, they hosted the concert Stevie Nicks Illusions on their property. Coincidence or perfect pairing? Now let's dig a little deeper into Lorimar's Malbec. So Daisy Jones and the Six songs were at the top of the charts. They were bestsellers. Their wine pairing needs to be as well. The 2019 Lorimar Malbec won Platinum Award in Best Malbec at the 2023 International Wine Competition. That's good enough for me. Their Malbec is said to be a welcome respite from some of the dull and mundane lazy bottlings out there, offering a hard-to-resist invitation upon pouring. Isn't that the same feel we got from Daisy Jones? She brought an energy and a passion to her music and her writing. She was irresistible to her fans, her bandmates, her managers. We, the reader, we even found her to be irresistible. We couldn't put the book down. So Lorimar says the wine is very structured and pleasant, with some personality and chances taken, which panned out. Did they ever? Daisy shows up at a photo shoot without a bra on, her personality on full display, and that record jumped to the top of the charts. It's also worth noting that this Malbec was created by winemaker Marshall Stewart, who, Lorimar says, pretty much makes what he loves, and we love what he makes. Again, is this not Daisy Jones? She made the music she loved, and everyone loved what she made. We loved what she made. So finally, Lorimar goes on to describe their Malbec as having a bonus to the wine's taste profile that comes at the end in the form of ash. Wow! Does this not perfectly and so eloquently describe the end of Daisy Jones and the Six? In the end, they were ash. The band broke apart. They were no more. So for these reasons, we pair Daisy Jones and the Six with Lorimar Winery's Malbec. What do you think? Is this a good pairing? What wine would you pair with Daisy Jones and the Six? Thank you for watching, and remember, live life to the fullest through good books and good wine. We'll see you soon.